Welcome everyone to today's class. Today we are going to discuss the chapter Human Environment, which is written by Indira Gandhi, and this is text C of the chapter Our Environment. Okay. While I teach, you just go through the text so that it would be easy for you to understand. See, first paragraph. I had the good fortune of growing up with a sense of kinship with nature in all its manifestations. So here, Indira Gandhi herself is the speaker, and she is speaking that she feels herself quite lucky. And what is the reason? The reason she has given that she is having a close relationship. Kinship means we know blood relationship. She feels that the nature is her blood relation, and with all its manifestation, here manifestation means what? Embodiment. And she feels very good because she has grown in the lap of nature. Birds, plants, stones were companions. And who are the companions? Who are the friends? Birds are the friends, plants, stones are the friends, and sleeping under the star-strewn sky. It means what? Sleeping under the sky which is filled with the stars. I became familiar with the names and movements of the constellations, and by sleeping under the open sky, she was able to recall, or she was able to know about some constellation and some planets and a number of other things regarding the space. But my deep interest in this, our only earth. And why it is mentioned our only earth? Because earth is a single one and life is possible only on the earth. Was not for itself but is a fit home for man. So here it is mentioned the deep interest. She is having the deep interest in all these things because not because of earth, but it is a fit home for human beings. Okay. One can't be truly human and civilized unless one looks upon not only all fellow men but all creation with the eyes of a friend. We are speaking that true human being, nature of a true human being, what is it? Earning money, gaining name and fame in the society, to lead a luxurious life, that might be a success. But here, success means what? And what is the true meaning of human being? If we are able to see everyone with the eyes of a friend, means if we treat each and every person, not only our family members, but everyone whom we do know, we should treat everyone with love and affection. We should be friendly with them. Then only we can be a true human being. This opinion is being given by Indira Gandhi. But here, she has not spoken on human civilization. She is speaking on the environment, on the nature, on plants, stone, planets, constellation, on everything she is speaking. Throughout India, edicts carved on rocks and iron pillars are reminders that 22 centuries ago, Emperor Ashoka defined a king's duty is not merely to protect citizens and punish wrongdoers, but also to preserve animal life and forestry. And here in our country India is a country of history and heritage. Okay, here number of things we can find out where people have given up their life, means the story of bravery, courage, okay, monument, scriptures, everything is available. So here Indira Gandhi has spoken that 22 centuries away, Emperor Ashoka, he defined what is the real duty of a king. And according to Ashoka, the real duty of a king was not only to serve his people, not only to serve the subjects, but also to preserve animal life and forestry. And the king not only should punish the criminals, wrongdoers, means people who are doing the wrong work, but at the same time they must try to preserve the animals, to preserve the forest life. Means everything the person should look with the eyes of a friend. Ashoka was the first and perhaps the only monarch until very recently to forbid the killing of a large number of species of animals for sports or food, foreshadowing some of the concerns of his conference. So here it is mentioned that Asoka is the single ruler, okay, in the history who was giving priority, okay, who was prioritizing animal life as well as plants. His motto was to preserve everything, not to destroy. At the same time, he was also predicting what is to be done and what is the outcome of our action. Everything is being spoken by King Asoka, and he has really defined the work of or the duty of a king. He went further, regretting the carnage of his military conquest and enjoying upon his successors to find their only pleasure in the peace that comes through righteousness. Righteousness means what? It means the quality of being morally right. So here, Asoka was deeply moved by the carnage that has taken place because of the Kalinga war. At the same time, he himself adopted the path of peace. Not only he himself did it, but he also did inspire his successors, his next generation, to find the peace in the lap of nature. And if you are morally right, if your conscience is speaking you the right thing, if you are not doing injustice to others, then only you can sleep peacefully at night. Okay, this is the opinion given by King Asoka. It is said that in country after country, progress should be synonymous with an assault to nature. Complete history is made of two things. You know what? Either construction or destruction. Something is being constructed or something is being destroyed. That is complete history. So here, Indira Gandhi is speaking that it is said that in country after country, progress should be synonymous with an assault on nature. Assault means what? Assault means, we know, it means physical attack. Okay, but here assault to nature means what? To destroy the nature, to destroy the greenery. So according to Indira Gandhi, means progress means what? The more we destroy the nature, the more we are progressing. Means deforestation. Okay. We who are part of nature and dependent on her for every need speak constantly about exploiting nature. Exploiting nature means what? To take all the good thing, to extract the good thing from the nature. Okay. And the people who are a part of nature and dependent on her for every need, and for everything we have to depend on nature. Suppose you are speaking that, no, I am a non-vegetarian, I only live on flesh, on meat. Okay, can you cook the same meat without any spices? And the spices is coming from the plants only. Yes or no? And those animals, what are they eating? Green leaves only. So here, either directly or indirectly, we are completely depending on nature, but at the same time we don't leave a single chance to exploit the nature also. And when the highest mountain in the world was claimed in 1953, means Mount Everest. Okay, when it was claimed in the year 1953, Jawaharlal Nehru objected to the phrase conquest of Everest. So when it was claimed, means someone was able to climb up the Everest, the headline was conquest of Everest. But Jawaharlal Nehru protested this phrase and said, which he thought was arrogant. And according to Jawaharlal Nehru, this phrase was quite arrogant to speak out. It is surprising that this lack of consideration and the constant need to prove one's superiority should be projected onto our treatment of our fellow men. So it is mentioned that it is surprising that this lack of consideration means we are not having a careful thought. We are not at all careful that how we should treat each and everyone. Okay? And the constant need to prove one's superiority should be projected onto our treatment of our fellow men. And what are we doing? In order to present ourselves as a superior one, okay, that I am superior to you in every aspect. What are we doing? we are trying to suppress our fellow people. We are trying to pull the leg of others in order to establish ourselves in the society. And I remember Edward Thompson, a British writer, okay, and a good friend of India, once telling Mr. Gandhi, means to Mahatma Gandhi, that wildlife was first disappearing. And Edward Thompson, who was a British writer, once he did speak that wildlife is disappearing from the forest. And Mahatma Gandhi was having a very great reply. And what is that? That is, wildlife is disappearing from the forest, but it is increasing in the cities. It means what? Wildlife is decreasing in forest, but while human beings are increasing in the city. Means we are losing our humanity from time to time. It is decreasing in the jungles, but it is increasing in the towns. On the one hand, the rich look askance at our continuing poverty, and at the same time, how do the rich people look at the poor? With means hatredness, and with disapproval, the rich look towards the poor. On the other hand, they warn us against their own method. At the same time, they are also giving us warning against their own method. And what is happening actually, we do not wish to improvise the environment any further. And we can't for a moment forget the grim poverty of a large number of people. At the same time, we don't want to decrease the condition of our natural habitat. We don't want to decrease the condition of our environment. But at the same time, we can't forget about the poverty which is present in our country. Means the great poverty that is also. That is very serious poverty. Are not poverty and need the greatest polluter? Poverty means the poor people and the needy people are the greatest polluter. We are speaking that people who are living in the slum area, they are polluting the environment a lot. But do we ever think that why they are doing this one? What is the reason behind it? Okay, why they are also not trying to improve the condition of the surrounding? What is the reason behind it? For instance, unless we are in a position to provide employment and purchasing power for the daily necessities, the tribal people and those who live in or around jungles, we can't prevent them from combing the forest, okay, for food and livelihood. Here combing means combing of hair, but here combing means searching thoroughly, and even sometimes they are digging the ground also, destroying some trees also. So here, unless and until we are able to give a good lifestyle to the people who are living in the forest or the people who are under poverty line, how can we stop them also to search their own necessities? Combing the forest for food and livelihood, from poaching means what? Illegal hunting, and from despoiling the vegetation. And when we are unable to give them a quality life, how can we speak that the poor people, the people who are living in the forest, they should not cut down the trees when they are having nothing to eat? If they cut down the tree, then only they can sell it and can earn some money. That is their only source of income. So when basic necessities are not, basic needs are not fulfilled, okay, we can't stop them also, because they are also human beings. They also have to live. When they themselves feel deprived, and these people are having nothing, they are feeling deprived, how can we ask the preservation of animals? So when they are deprived of everything, when they are having nothing, how can we ask them to preserve the animal, to preserve the wildlife, and to preserve the plant and all other vegetation? How can we speak to those who live in villages and in slums about keeping the oceans, the rivers and the air clean when their own lives are contaminated at the source? when our life is contaminated, when we are not having basic health facilities, when we are not having pure drinking water, how can we provide the same thing to other? Is it practically possible? If there is no sanitation, proper sanitation in our home, how can we keep the environment clean? So here, when their life is contaminated, when their life is polluted, how can we ask them to keep the surrounding clean? Because this is a stupid question to speak like this. How can we? The environment can't be improved in conditions of poverty. So if poverty is there, the condition of environment can't be improved. Nor can poverty be eradicated without the use of science and technology. At the same time, poverty also can't be eradicated if we are not using science and technology to eradicate all these things. It is an oversimplification, okay, to blame. Oversimplification means what? To present something in a wrong way, in a misguided way. To blame all the world's problems on increasing population. So, it is quite okay to blame the population, but still, it is not that much of advisable that we will only blame the population for every problem. And why it is mentioned? Countries, try to understand this one. Countries with but a small fraction of the world population consume the bulk of the world's production of mineral, fossil fuel and so on. Because, listen, country population might be very less, but what are they doing? Even when population is less, but they are consuming most of the fossil fuel, just like your mineral, petrochemical products, all these things. For example, when the country is rich, population is low, everyone will have the four-wheeler, yes or no? So definitely these fossil fuels will be consumed by them only. But even when the country is poor, people are poor and number of people, population is high, they will not use four-wheeler, they will use cycle only. That creates no pollution. So this is mentioned here and this is also focused here. Thus, we see that when it comes to the depletion of natural resources and environment pollution, the increase of one inhabitant is in an affluent country at its level of living is equivalent to an increase of many Asians, Africans and Latin Americans at their current material level of living. So if we compare the lifestyle and the average expenditure, suppose 10 people in a country, in a developed country, they are using this much of mineral. But a country where population is high, people are poor, suppose 10 people are consuming this much in developed country, but in underdeveloped country, hundreds of people are using this much only. It means who are the greatest polluters? We are thinking that the poor are the polluter, but in reality, the rich are the worst polluters, okay? Because their material standard of living is quite high, but ours is very low, okay? Understood? Right now I have completed from paragraph number 1 to 5. You just go through it. If you have any doubt, you can ask me, okay? All of you, have a nice time.